Hey guys, I'm going to show you the latest platform we added for farming and doing data neutrals, which is Lighter. So Lighter is a little bit it's a little bit unique because Lighter doesn't charge user fees for their standard accounts, which is up to 10 transactions per minute, 10 orders per minute, if I'm not wrong, but verify this on their documents. They charge you zero fees for taker and maker fees, meaning that even if you buy it on the market, there is no fee. Because usually what happens is if you buy a coin with limit orders, it's a little bit cheaper. It's called the maker fees because you are market making, you are filling the order book. And if you are taking an order, which is when you are buying from the market, it's called the taker fees. But for Lighter, there is zero taker fees and zero maker fees, meaning that even if you buy on the market or if you buy with limit orders, there is no fees if you are using the standard account. And I think standard account has up to 10 orders per minute, which is actually quite alright. Their logic is, so if you ask like how they make money is, they say that, if you want a premium service, it's called the premium account, where we give you faster APIs and where we give you more orders per minute. So if you can do stuff like grid trading, you can do like freight trading, whatever. But then we are going to charge you. It is still less than what Hyperliquid charges. I think then the taker fee when you buy on the market is 0.02%, and maker fee when you buy with the limits is still very cheap, 0.002%. These are subject to change, of course, and I might be misremembering, so verify everything I say in the documents, obviously, because I can get confused with the numbers, but the numbers are very appealing. Anyway, so that's a topic for another video. I'm going to show you what we do and how we can utilize what Lighter is offering. So this is the farming going on in the background, but the idea is, imagine if you are farming Aster or Apex or Extended, Ajax, Variational, or any other perp decks. And if you are doing delta neutral means that, I'm farming Aster, I'm doing longs there, and on Lighter, I'm doing shorts, for instance. So I'm keeping my balance pretty much at zero. So not my balance, but I'm not taking any directional bets. So I'm not affected by the volatility of the markets. Probably that is the most effective way of farming perp dexes. However, platforms don't really like to be farmed this way, most of them. So it is more risky that they flag you if you do it on the same platform, both the short leg and the long leg. So what people do usually is they open, for instance, a market order on Aster because Aster actually rewards opening market orders with double points. And then the other leg, people open it on Lighter, for instance, because on Lighter you don't pay fees. And by doing that, you farm both of the platforms. So there was some discussion in the last season in Lighter's Discord about if they will reward API users with points. I'm not sure what they're going to do in this season, but actually we are about to find out because we just started the bot a couple days ago, and next Tuesday we are going to see the points. But the thing is, even if they don't give points for the API users, you are still doing delta neutral with a tremendous advantage because you are securing one way of the legs without any fees. And if they give you points on top of this as an API user, then it is just butter on the bread, right? Then it's going to be amazing. We will see. You can go ahead and read their latest announcement about the premium accounts and the standard accounts. What they said in the announcement is that if we flag your account, then it's not going to generate points unless when you go to switch to the premium account. They are basically saying that if you're a bot, come use the premium account, and if you're a fast bot, like maybe if you are still doing up to 10 transactions per minute, we might be fine. We will see. But if you admit that you're a bot, or if we catch you as a bot, then you are supposed to use the premium account. However, they say that when we flag you, you are not going to generate points in the standard mode. You are only going to be able to open decrease only orders, meaning that you can just close your positions or get your positions closer. But if you switch to premium mode, Then you can open orders again, and then you will continue generating points again. Read the announcement yourself. That is what I understand, but that is to discover. So what I'm thinking is, in the worst case scenario, if we have to move to the premium account, because if you are not farming points on lighter and if you are just using for delta neutral, it's fine. However, if you want to farm points on lighter as well, what you can do is this: you can open market orders, for instance, on Aster, because you are farming Aster or possibly farming Aster or extended wherever. And when that order fills, you can open the other leg on lighter with a maker limit offer, because the maker offer is, even on the premium account, is so cheap. It's 0.002%. It is still extremely cheap. So I think you understand the logic, right? Then we will still be making tremendous cut on the fees. This might sound a little bit complicated, and we are still discovering ourselves as well. We are also discovering opinions and ideas. So if you have any questions, come to Discord. We can just Discord. We are just discussing these kind of things there all day long. So the description is in below the video. Anyway, so let's go ahead and go over the settings element. You guys are pretty familiar with this, I guess, because this is pretty much the same interface as we use for Dexter, Aster, Baseup, whatever. I mean, it kind of makes sense anyway. What else is going to be? So here, as a difference, you have to enter your login address here. It's basically the wallet that you are logged onto lighter with. Then you go here, and under tools, I think there is the API keys. So here you are going to click on generate API key. This is a structure that I have never seen. So what they do is they give you they say that you can create up to 254 API keys, and the first two are registered. So you're just going to say, I don't know, like you can go in order. You can start with 3, then 4, 5, or you are not likely to create 254 API keys anyway. So you can just say 100, for instance. When I generate this, I'm going to sign whatever. Let's do it. Generate keys, generate public key. Okay, let's go ahead and finish the process. So alright, here it says private key. Don't get confused. This is not the private key of your wallet. This is the private key of the API key. I'm not sure if this is the correct terminology, because the whole idea of using API wallets is not sharing your private key. But I mean, it gets kind of confusing if you say private key of the API, but maybe that is the terminology. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the index, so that you know at these numbers there is this public key and that private key. I wouldn't be too worried anyway, because we are not likely to save 254 API keys. So there is plenty of space, and then you are going to copy these public key and private key to the system. You will save it, login address, and the API private key. And then you are going to copy this API private key to the system, and then that's pretty much all. Oh yeah, and you have to enter API key index. So if it is the 100 position here, as you see here, then you are going to enter here 100 here. So yeah, so you are going to select pairs, obviously. So in lighter, it's a little bit different, because in the latest announcements, they said that if you make volume, or if you are actually the maker with limit orders in coins that have smaller open interest. Okay, let me translate. If you open limit orders in smaller coins, we will give you more points. However, what I understood from their announcement is that they are not even 100% sure themselves. I'm going to put what the founders posted recently, because they post something and then in a few days they're like, oh, you know what, we actually didn't mean it there, or we meant it like this. I don't know. To me, it kind of sounds like they're still changing the algorithm, which is, by the way, quite fine because it's actually a good sign because they are listening to the feedback and adjusting it. But yeah, I don't think their rules are set on stone yet. It's my take. You guys can think whatever you want to, obviously. Anyway, but right now what they're saying is if you are making volume or if you are not even volume, if you are actually market making, opening in terms like in English, opening limit orders in smaller coins will give you more points. I don't know. I haven't got that far myself yet because I am going to right now in different accounts. I am comparing how much money we lose or we make. The good thing with zero fees is you actually make you can make money too because if you get the direction right with delta neutral or even opening with limit orders, you might make money. It's because basically a grid bot, but you might lose money too if the market goes the other way around. If you say short, it goes up, then you lose money. Yeah, and then we had this little button here, random. This randomizes the direction because you can go long in the market, you can go short in the market, but you know what, if you don't want lighters to think that, oh, this is always doing long with 2x whatever, and then this randomizes the direction. We are going to add a couple more tricks here. Maybe we can take a leverage spread like 2 to 5 and then system also randomizes it. We will see. We are going, but most of us probably at some point will be forced to move to premium accounts. But I think as long as we generate points, it's totally fine because we can utilize the maker fees. And then they say that they are giving more points to makers anyway. So yeah, we will see. But this is quite interesting. There's no fee structure opens so many doors to us for lighter farming, for farming other platforms, doing delta neutral. By the way, some people will say that, oh, this is not delta neutral what you're talking about. For delta neutral, you have to have spot, and on the other leg, you have to either have short or long so that you can funding farming with delta neutral is something totally different. I'm told when I say delta neutral right now, I mean point farming on perp dexes with doing delta neutral strategy as much as you can. So I'm not talking about funding farming. That is another topic that I'm very interested in. I'm hoping to build a bot for funding farming too, but that is totally different. Not right now. Anyway, I don't want to confuse you guys too much. So this is, if you are new to this, it might sound a little bit confusing for sure because there is the settings, there is the API keys, then there is this dude talking about like delta neutrals whatsoever. So yeah, if you are confused, just come on to Discord and ask your questions. Everybody's so friendly there. The description is below the link is below the description. All right, guys, have a good one.